Hello. Welcome back to the Political Minute. My name's Colin Dawson, and here we go. Guess what I got in my hand? Kleenex box with notes on it. I was riding in the car with somebody, didn't have anything. Figured, okay, let's put it on. Trying to stay away from a lot of stuff and real politics. Just going to throw it out there. The Biden computer, I think it's a bait computer. I really do. I think it's just a thing out there to make something saucy, a bait situation. You're going to find stuff out there. I could sit there and say that, it was the chemicals in the meat that made him have a photo of a crack pipe in his mouth, and he's supposedly looking like he's sleeping, or else he fell asleep and someone put it there, and it's like, well, we're going to get him thrown out, and they didn't realize there was enough residue in it. Either way, when I say something, it means that I'm something, and it's like if I vote for somebody, it doesn't mean that I'm one of your all's thing. Politics has become too gangbanger, in my opinion. It has become the most gangbanger situation on the face of the planet. It's like if I vote for you, I'm a Republican. If I vote for you, I'm a Democrat. If I vote for you, and it's like, well, third party, it's like Libertarian or Green Party. They'll probably say Libertarians are like something with the evil British redcoats, because I had a boss. My name's Colin. He's like, you know why I have to call you Colin? And everything, because that's the American way of saying it. And I'm like, yeah, and I know that you fought over in Hong Kong and everything else against the USA. And doesn't look anything Oriental. Doesn't. Anyway, let's go along with this. Okay. Computer says basically Big D is getting half. Saying the money's going to Big D. It's going to Big D. Okay. And he says that in an email he's not going to make the kids have to give them money. Hunter's kids. Got the crack pipe in his mouth, or else laid in front of it. Like a frat photo. And you could easily push it both ways. But there's the drug test. And you're going to say in it that I'm not going to make you kids give me half of everything you have, or something else like that. Like Dad does. This is just too much of a bait possibility. And in a way, I can kind of see that. Biden did borrow money from President Obama. President Obama's been on there and he said that. Said it very plainly that he loaned him the money when his other son was dying of cancer. Dying of cancer. They're going to mortgage the house. This guy plays a little fast and loose. Has to borrow money. Then has to pay money back and everything. And then has people that he really cares about have to pay a lot of money to him to make sure the family finance is all there. I know tons of people like that. I got a former friend or associate, because we haven't really been around each other and life's just taking us apart. They have to provide like 20% of their income to keep one person basically downtown in my city, near the river. Really, really good swanky hotel. And that's just because he's supposed to be down there, always have a presence in politics, be at every meeting, everything else, and be on the strip talking with people. And it's how they do their politics, and they keep that one person up because they basically think all the time and do everything else. Looking at it, I'm just going, okay, the guy borrows a lot of money. He doesn't seem to have all of his finances, even though he's in a job where most people are millionaires, or else, got six figures in the bank somehow, or else five figures. Cancer's extremely and everything, but I'm just going. They complain about Trump with his money, and I'm just saying everything that they do has unforeseeable circumstances. The last presidents, Obama, Bush, everybody else, don't really see them having to borrow money from friends or something else, or worrying about the debt. And then something comes up, and then you kind of like have this whole barista situation where it's like the guy's a crack addict. I know people that have ran out of McDonald's with a tray of money, $50, your startup thing, your change startup drawer. They don't get a job for a year and a half to 2 years. What everybody's saying is basically he's either mobster as hell. Of course, you could say the same thing out there. I mean, this is the election of the Outsiders movie with the insiders, and it is really, really that way shaping up. I mean, it's the new money versus somebody who's old, kind of aristocracy. And in old, I am not meaning anything against age discrimination or for it. I think on one half of the country it does mean you're pro for it, and on the other half it meant that he was not with it. He borrowed money, and then he kind of like, they say the emails are showing that he was talking with all these people, building up his son, trying to get him in. But if it was, he was trying to get him in because he has to pay so much of his money laundered back to him. And everybody that I know that like really supports Trump, just by watching him on television, it's like they've all sat around sometime in my life, wherever I've worked public or just been at the mall or walked around in the trucker district or whatever you want to call it, been like, it's a good neighborhood. They all have to have over qualifications, everything else. It's not like you get a 2-day license and you can go and be a Secret Service agent, which I do know people that have done that. And in a way, you could say they were a little bit mobster, they were a little bit something else like that. You basically almost have to have a 4-year degree and go to training school and go through to be in the Secret Service. Other people are like, around here, they have to be overly qualified. They have to be in the military for 2 years before then, 4 years, so they can get their degree, show that they made it into some sort of officer training, everything else. This is what's coming up, and no one seems to really be able to explain it, is going, he has no college background in that. It's not like you went out and just got your philosophy degree and then said, well, I can philosophical-ize with people and there'll be a McDonald's or Walmart manager job for me. If you went into something else like that, you would have to have a specific degree for it. I know a person that they said I was distantly related to, like an 8th, 10th cousin. They were going to school for drilling oil and stuff and finding all the oil and doing things like that. And it was such a competitive field. It's like if she didn't graduate with it, she's not going to be able to go into that field. And there's not really another field, even you think water with pipes or something else, that she can even go into after that. We drifted apart. I know she graduated. Supposedly went to go get a master's because she made like 92 or 93 in her class. And she had to at least score an 88 to get a job in a master's degree. once the money situation comes in, Biden looks like he's more of a mobster to me, and I'm like going, I'm from the end of the generation, or else right at the first of the millennial generation. For Gen Xers, I'm kind of like in the middle. And I just kind of go, The Godfather was everybody's hero, in a way. And I got read in a few things more on The Godfather from a grandparent or something that had connections. It looks mobster. It looks bad. And in politics, that's what looks bad. I'm not trying to say I'm Democrat or anything else. Last election, I voted for myself because I could write in any candidate. I was 36 and said, it's like buying a beer on your first time. It's too much of a bait. It looks too bad for it. And it looks like Biden's trying to be like, you're going to pay me back for everything, son. Hard love, tough love. You're going to be in a place that I know that they're going to watch you and monitor you for everything. You could try and spin it equally that way, but it's not going to work that way with it. And as it is, if he's going to do that to his son, and he's going to do that to everyone else, possibly. I mean, you're going to treat your son probably a little bit harder than everybody else. You have to ref the kid's soccer team that you're related to, nieces, nephews. I don't got any kids. But you're still going to ref them sort of like that. Is that really someone that you want having those types of powers? And I think that's where Trump and everybody else, and they just don't have a good job of explaining it, is trying to do with. And that's probably the hardest one I got for the political minute. And please comment, see what you can say or do on it. Tell me I'm an idiot and I just support the Democrats. Colin Dawson. Like and subscribe. Political Minute out.